Okay, I'm back. We're almost done with the review. Thank you for you guys bearing with me because this kit was not going to be. It's not your typical kit. I'm just gonna say it. But all right, so here's the action base. What I'm about to do, I think it'd be much more. I think it's going to be a lot easier for anybody if you have it on an action base. So I'm just gonna plug it in. Hopefully it works. Yep, it's plugged in. So as you can see, with all that weight, the legs can be a little bit floppy, but I think it's because of me sanding the ball joints a little bit. So, or this could be just the case, because who knows. So apparently this thing also has some sort of extra flight mode, which it's time to explain where I said I was going to do it on the fixed flight unit, but I guess I forgot. So if you look at the front section here, there is this part where you can latch open. Well, not latch, but you take this part out and then you can replace it with these more vent looking type things going on here. So let's try that out, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna drop the piece, but oh well, if that's the case. So this is more an option, but personally, so I guess this is used when it's in some sort of flight mode, but I personally don't like it because it definitely looks out of place. So this is where you use it, so up to you. Alright, so from here, even for me, I tried to follow the manual, but it just gets more confusing for me, so I'll try to explain as much as I know. So basically, at this point, number one, you're going to move the arms a little bit to the back section here, something like this. So basically just make the arms locate like this, look like that, or locate them out of the way, because so my understanding for this mode that I'm trying to do is mostly for like some sort of a flight mode only. So what you do from here is for the head part, it's actually pretty confusing. So basically you latch open this part up and then you just flip it open. They tell you to like move this section, this moving section on the bottom together, but it doesn't really work for me. And then they tell you to fold up the V-fins and then close it down. Something like that. Yeah, I think that's the way how you're supposed to do it. So this actually covers up the entire head. Of course, you have to put the head, you have to make the head face down as well, but I think it doesn't really matter most of the time. And then here's why the leg spread is kind of necessary. So, okay. Hopefully I can show you guys, but I think I'm going to relocate the leg camera. I'm going to move these flaps up. So if you remember, there's a white piece under, oops, sorry about that, under the back skirt now. And then if you look at that, you have these pegs here, right over here. You have this small peg going on, and if you look at the legs, you have, well, I don't know why it's on each side, but on the inside there's another peg here. So what you do is basically connect them. I mean, if they're in the right position, they should connect. There we go. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but as you can see, I connected the peg to the sides technically. So you do it to the other side as well. So this is why the extra spread is required, I guess. There we go. We connected those. So what this does is that it locks into place where the legs are now slightly tilted to the back. And at this point, what you do is you fold the front toe. Give it a nice toe bend, and then if you can, I'm not sure if you're supposed to, but basically you can't spread the legs anymore, but bend the legs a little bit more, just the lower legs, so it gives out that extra flight feel to it. And there you go. You have like the flight mode of the Penelope. And that is pretty much it, what I was about to do. So it's not a really special feature, it's not something too major, but yeah, oops. I believe you have to move the front skirt a little bit to the front as well, but it doesn't matter at this point. Look at this beast. It's super big, it's super heavy, it becomes wobbly at some points, so good luck. So on my final judgment or my final opinion regarding this kit, it was a fun build. I'm just going to say it was a really fun build. I really enjoyed building the Gundam Odysseus. It was really fun putting everything together while looking at the manual, because doing in person and then doing in front of camera, it's two very different things. And I actually did really have fun making the separate flight unit after taking everything off and then combining it to the fixed flight unit. It was definitely fun. But putting this separating the parts again and then reattaching them together again, that's not the fun part. So yeah, and the kit does have some extra features which I almost forgot to show, but basically it's not a really too special feature. But what you can do is that you can take the front section off of this. You know what? I'm gonna just take this off. So hopefully you guys don't mind. Come on. There we go. So what you can do is that you can also take this front section off, which is supposed to, because this thing is held by a single peg, and you can see there's these two holes. Originally this peg will be inside the lower hole, but what you can do is you can put it on the other hole, which gives out that illusion where this flap is now opened up. And then all you need to do is reattach them. And there you go. I mean, it's not a really crucial big feature, but for those who like to customize or like to paint, I guess this does give out a extra opportunity to do extra coloring on this section right over here. And I think that's really it. I don't think I've missed anything else other than like the moving points. Well, I did actually show you guys that this place actually does slide, but other than that, the kit does have a lot of opportunity to panel line. Even like a person like me who doesn't really color kits did some panel lining, and it definitely on these weapon sections they look very nice. So if you're a big fan of the Gundam itself, or if you want to try something kind of different or kind of stressful, be my guest. But overall, it's a pretty good kit. Of course, it's one of those statue type kits that so you shouldn't have much expectations regarding like moving or posing about it. So once again, up to you. Anyway, thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the newly released HGUC Penelope. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.